If I had to do it all over again, I would not have chosen this life. Then again, I'm not sure I ever had a choice.
About time you got what's coming to you, you filthy beggar!
I don't beg for anything, it's beneath me!
Stop, woman!
He stole a loaf of bread! You stay out of this!
A loaf of bread? Really? What's cost?
10 gallons!
10 gallons. How about this one? I pay you 30 gallons, and I'd get the boy, and I'd take him to my orphanage.
30?
30.
1 moment. Listen here, boy. If you ever set foot in my bakery again, I will show you no mercy. Do you understand? Good.
All right, boy. Get up. Now listen to me. You're coming to my orphanage, or I'm going to be dragging you there head first.
He's awake.
My name is Cregan, and I will be watching you while Master Connor and Mon are out doing business.
What kind of business?
They're at Galvin's Charity Orphanage. Sage, meet Roden and Latimer. I'm gonna get a quick drink. If any of you try to escape, I'll personally kill you.
Where are they at Galvin's Charity Orphanage?
Another orphan?
What could they possibly want with all of us?
You don't know?
All I know is that he's looking for one particular boy, but I don't know why.
He wouldn't want me. I'm
Maybe.
too sick.
Maybe he will.
I'm planning on being whatever he wants. I'm not going back to any stinking orphanage. I got no future on those smelly streets.
Who is Bevan Connor?
I overheard him speaking to Master Grippins, the person who runs the orphanage where Rowan and I lived. He said he was a friend of the King's court.
King Egbert? Connor is lying. Everyone knows the king doesn't have any friends.
He said he was in service to the king.
But what would he want with a handful of orphaned boys?
He just wants one boy. The rest of us will be cast away as soon as we become useless to Connor. He said as much to Master Grippins.
Let me make it easy on you. Untie me, and I will be on my way. That'll be one less boy to contend with.
No, you think I want to be punished for your escape?
Fine, but the knots are really tight. Can you just loosen them?
If they're tight, you probably deserve it.
Connor wouldn't want him to get hurt.
I can't maneuver, just reach back there.
Turn around.
Stay back or you'll regret it.
I don't care what happens to him. I don't care if you run away.
Sorry to threaten you, Latimer.
Do you know what would happen if you tried to escape, boy?
Yes, and I wouldn't be entirely opposed to it.
What did you say?
You said you'd kill anyone who tried to escape.
And so I will. Master Connor doesn't need all of you, and I think he needs you the least.
Fine, I'll cooperate.
You win. You're lying.
I often lie, but not about this. I'll cooperate.
We'll see.
You look familiar.
Is there any trouble, boys?
None, sir. Except I think you might find Sage a little bit more cooperative.
That's good. Well, meet Tobias. He is joining us on a quest.
What quest?
Patience. Patience, friend. Patience is the mark of a ruler. I've not told you why I've collected you boys, but there's a danger to my plan. If we fail, there are severe consequences. If we succeed, There are great rewards beyond your imagination. So in the end, only one of you will accompany me.
Sir, what is your plan?
Good question, Tobias. But at this time, my plan is secret. So what I would like for us to do is I'll offer you the chance to leave.
Sir? I think I'd like to leave.
Very well.
Wait, Latimer, stop!
Anyone else?
You killed him!
Enough!
Latimer was 6 of age. Either go with him or go with the other boys.
I suppose Latimer won't be much company anymore.
Good decision. Bury him deep, boys.
Welcome to Connor's home, boys. It's called Farwood. Connor, we should get a general idea of who each of you is. Tobias, you and an opponent are engaged in a sword battle. It is a fight to the death, but it is also clear that your opponent is better than you are. Do you fight on, knowing that you'll likely die, or instead stop the battle and beg for your opponent's mercy?
I beg for mercy. If it's clear I don't win, then nothing is accomplished in my death.
What about you?
I'd fight to the death, even if it was my own. I wouldn't live a coward.
Sage, what would you do in a sword fight?
I'd beg for mercy. Then when my opponent lowers his guard, sure of his victory, I'd finish the battle.
A violation of all sportsmanship.
What do I care of sportsmanship? If it means I get killed, I'm not gonna check my survival to see if it fits in somebody's rule book of fair play.
You never win that way. A master swordsman would never lower his guard.
Mott never said he was a master swordsman, only that he was better than me. And yes, I would win.
Okay.
You with your left hand? It's unacceptable. Can you do it with your right?
Can you eat with your left?
No!
Yet you make me eat with my right.
Just do it.
What happened to you?
She can't speak, Sage. Focus. We've come to it at last. Connor has asked me to tell you his plan. Carthia is on the brink of a civil war. A major change is soon coming to this country.
Then you hope to prevent a civil war?
In a way. Do you know how many heirs the king has?
2, but only the Crown Prince Darius is still alive. The younger was lost at sea.
The king's younger son was called Jaren. I have been told many stories of him, some of which I could not possibly be true without the castle still standing in one piece.
I've been told that he set fire to the throne room.
I heard he challenged the king of Mendenwall to a duel of honor when he was 10.
We've all heard the stories. What's the point?
4 years ago, when Prince Jaren was nearly 12 years of age, he was sent away, not only to be educated abroad, but frankly, to stop embarrassing the king and queen. Avenia, as well as Galen, have access to the waters where a ship went down. Since then, 3 regents have been sent to Isle, the seaport town from which Prince Jaren's ship launched. They search for proof of his death or of his life.
Is it possible Jaren's still alive?
A body was not found, Rodin, but if he was alive, he would be the rightful heir to the throne. And this is the greatest secret of your lives thus far. The rest of the royal family is dead.
What happened to them?
We believe they were murdered. We also believe that they were administered some type of poison at supper. They never awoke.
Any suspects?
Many regents suspect Valtergrath, but there's no evidence of it. We'll see who puts themselves forward to be king, then judge.
And you hope to find Prince Jaren to stop the nobles fighting over the throne?
Not exactly. Prince Jaren is long dead. Connor has proof.
How?
That's Connor's secret and his alone. However, since the regents are unaware of his proof, their trip to Isle is to only to end any official doubt before another king is chosen. Now, Prince Jaren will be about you boys' age. All of you do look like what the prince would look like today. Connor's plan is simple. He intends to convince the court that Prince Jaren is one of you.
That's impossible.
You don't believe it's possible?
Just because it's possible doesn't mean it's wise.
And you claim to have this wisdom.
I claim to have nothing, sir.
You think Connor cares what you want? You are here because, despite a few physical setbacks, all of you have the seeds of a personality like Prince Jaren's. At least that's what Connor thinks. Prince Jaren was a fighter. You've done nothing but fight since I've known you.
I won't be a puppet for Connor. Connor's using us to overthrow the kingdom.
Lower your voice. You would take the throne, knowing you would have taken your country back from the brink of war. How can you refuse such an opportunity, Sage?
I don't care what happens to Carthia. Carthia is not my country. Frankly, I hope Avinia destroys it.
Sage! Where are you going?
I don't know, somewhere where I can be alone.
Come with me. That is the replica of the prince's sword. What's your training with the sword?
Not enough.
I heard what Connor said about you. Even though he has doubts, you do have a chance to take the role of the prince. Now, raise your sword. Like this. This is first position. Let's test you. See how you do for a beginner. Also, be bold. Prince Jaren was known for that.
Apparently he's dead. Any boldness he had with the sword obviously didn't save him.
No one could have survived so many pirates. Nobody did survive on that ship.
And they all probably had swords too, so training with one is useless.
Wow, you're pretty good.
Why am I here?
Why shouldn't you be?
Apparently Connor doesn't think I'd look like the prince if he was still alive today.
You do look like the prince. Now pick up your sword. Hit me.
But I'd hurt you.
It's a sword fight, Sage. That's the idea.
What's the point of fighting if all that happens is that I get killed one day like Egbert's family?
And what are you now? You act tough, but I've seen you look frightened. You pretend to care for nobody, but I didn't miss your reaction when Latimer fell. I don't think you hate everyone half as much as you claim to. You're an actor, Sage. All Connor wants is for you to act on behalf of Carthia rather than yourself.
Thanks for the lesson, but I'll never be a prince.
If Connor can look at you and see a prince, then it's about time you did the same.
What do you think will happen to the boys Connor doesn't choose?
You know.
The saddest thing is, there won't be anyone to miss his son or gone.
It'll be better that way, knowing that my death won't cause anybody more pain.
If you can't cause anyone pain, you can't give them joy either. I should have left the orphanage months ago, but I couldn't without any knowledge or skill to earn my keep.
Tobias would have been fine on his own. He could have worked a trade or opened a shop. What were your plans? It's just surviving the next week. Now I just gotta live through the next 2 weeks.
Connor has to choose me. It's not about being king or anything. We all know it's Connor who's gonna have the power. Connor's gonna choose me. Sorry, guys.
Good to know.
It really isn't a bad plan. Connor's right. It might be the only way to save Carthia.
2 weeks simply isn't enough time to learn everything a prince would know, whether Connor's there or not.
I want to do it.
Excuse me. It's time for your lessons to commence.
Where are my old clothes?
Ought to be burnt, I guess. They're not good for much else.
Bring them back, just as they were before, Errol. Exactly as they were.
I suppose I could do that.
If you do, I'll give you a silver coin for your service.
Where would you get it?
That's a small detail, and it's not your concern. It'll pay off a month's worth of your debt with Connor, and besides, these aren't my clothes. They're not me. I expect I want my old ones back in 2 weeks.
I'll see what I can do.
Good morning. Master Connor has hired me to teach you how to dance. I would have preferred more advanced dance partners to teach some so basic, but I was only able to find these serving girls, and so I'll make do with them. Put your hand out like so, and the lady will take it. I can't work with you!
This, essentially, is first position. It's a clean stroke down.
Before? Oh, that's right, you can't talk.
Man, I'm good at my job.
You go first.
your old clothes, sir.
Finally, why the delay?
Do you have any reward for me?
I don't know what you're talking about, but if you ever enter the library, there's a small bump in Connor's family history that you might want to straighten out.
No offense, sir, but all three of you came in here empty-handed. It might be wise for me to ask you where the coin came from.
The truth is, Errol, it's not wise. Thank you for getting my clothes. Now please leave me alone. Errol! Why isn't there anything in my pockets?
You had nothing of value in there, sir.
Did you throw it out?
Connor heard you wanted these back. He insisted on inspecting them before they were returned to you. If anything is missing, sir, you should ask him.
The prince's sword is missing.
That was no ordinary sword. Who took it?
Probably one of the boys.
I was there yesterday before the horseback riding lessons. The wild horse carried Sage off, and the other two boys were left unattended at the time. So all we know is that it couldn't be Sage.
Where's my gold?
What are you talking about?
I had gold in my pocket when I got here. Someone took it.
That rock isn't gold.
It is, and it's mine. I want it back.
It's just imitation gold, Sage.
It was a gift. It's real.
Connor took it. You were trying to become a prince, even a king. A king would never carry imitator's gold in his pocket.
We're all imitators here, so if you're right about that gold, then there's no better thing for me to carry than that rock. Where is it?
It's Connor's now.
Come with me.
Where's the rock?
Isn't it in Connor's desk where he left it?
No, Sage, tell me where it is. Connor wants it back.
If it's not real gold, then why does he want it?
Sage, tell me where the rock is. Please. Bring him to the dungeon. Connor's orders.
Tell me where the rock is. No. Oh!
Where's the rock?
It's gold. Connor doesn't own me, and he can't take what's mine.
Connor sees something in you worth keeping, but his patience is running out. Just give him the rock, Sage.
No. Who's there? Thank you.
You look awful.
You talk?
You must keep two secrets from me. That I can talk, and that I came here tonight. Can't you just give them what they want?
Connor can't take what's mine. Why do you pretend to be mute?
It turns attention away. It's better this way. I gotta go. Don't give up, Sage.
need to help me, Maud, please. I can't do this anymore.
I work for Connor. After all this, the Master is still considering you. You need to stop thinking of yourself as an orphan and start to look at yourself as a prince.
I'll always be an orphan now.
Even if you just agreed to cooperate with Connor more, he'd set you free.
Tell Connor I'll be his prince.
Connor said you could go.
Imogen,
Sage, what are you doing here?
no one's around. I just wanted to thank you for bringing me the food in the dungeon.
No problem. And I think you'll be chosen to be Prince Jaren. You'll be able to convince them.
What if I don't? What if when Connor chooses me, all they see is Sage?
Would that be so bad? Just to be who you are?
Would you bow to me if I was chosen prince?
I'm sorry, Sage. I couldn't bow to a fraud. I'd only bow to the true Prince of Carthia.
I understand. Did you know that if Prince Jaren were alive, he'd be betrothed to be married?
Already? To who?
Princess Amarinda.
But if she was engaged to Darius...
Princess Amarinda is betrothed to the throne, not the prince. She will marry the man who becomes king.
But if she sees us,
We are disguised as servants. She probably won't notice.
I wouldn't mind marrying a princess.
Welcome, Princess Amarinda.
What are you staring at?
Forgive me, Your Highness.
No forgiveness is required. I merely wondered what a servant found so interesting.
You have dirt on your face.
Is that a joke?
No, Your Highness, on your cheek.
Before I left my room, I opened the window and paused to look out. I must have gotten some dirt on my face then.
I never said the dirt detracted from your beauty, Your Highness. I only said it was there.
Perhaps there will never be a wedding. I heard a rumor that came to me just a few days ago regarding the king, the queen, and their son.
Oh?
You haven't heard it? I heard they're dead. Murdered. All three of them, poisoned during supper and dead by morning.
Highness, you were scheduled to be at the castle at Dryliad tomorrow, correct? Let the rumor lie until then. Whether it is true or false, it will be verified once you're there.
Waiting is easier said than done. If there's no heir, there's no betrothed princess. I'll be a widow without having married.
Even if the rumor is true, there may be another way. Perhaps all is not lost for you or for Carthia. What if Prince Jaren were alive?
Everyone knows Prince Jaren was killed by pirates 4 years ago. Are you telling me this is not so?
I'm only saying that there is always hope. Highness, perhaps you may claim the throne after all.
Am I that shallow? You think I care about the throne and not the prince? You talk about Prince Jaren as if it would solve all our problems. But it's Darius that concerns me. I need to know if he's alive. Forgive me, but I'd like to go to my room. I have a headache. That servant can see me there.
As you wish.
What's your name?
Sage.
That's it?
I'm a servant, Your Highness. Do I require more of a name?
I'm known to most only as Amarinda. Have you heard of Prince Darius?
Of course.
Have you heard the rumors of his death?
I've heard of them.
Is he really dead, Sage? If you know, you must tell me. What do the servants say?
The servants wonder what Amarinda will do if she has to marry Prince Jaren to gain the throne, assuming he's alive, of course.
You speak too boldly for a servant. Do you wonder why I asked you to escort me, Sage? I asked you here because you spoke honestly to me before. When you're in my position, Sage, you realize how few people you can trust. I'm a servant too, you know, perhaps with finer clothes and servants of my own. But few decisions about my life actually belong to me. We're not so different, you and I.
Bad news! Valdegrath, one of the regents, is coming over to Farwood with a bunch of his men. If he finds you at Connor's house, you all are dead.
Quick, enter the secret passage!
Connor. Valdegrath, my old friend. What I owe the pleasure.
I've heard troubling news.
Let me get you a drink. Explain yourself and take a seat.
The betrothed Princess Amarinda was here last night for dinner. She seemed troubled at the hearing of the death of the royal family.
Only rumors.
A rumor both you and I know to be fact. But she also told me something else while she was here. And she told me that Prince John might still be alive.
I believe he might be.
We have sent 3 regiments to Isel. Have you heard from them?
Unfortunately not.
Then how have you come to this stunning conclusion?
My friend, you seem distressed. For we have received great news and wonderful news. And yet you do not welcome it.
Of course, I hope that the prince is still alive. But how can you be so certain of it?
Obviously, an accusation follows this question. So why don't we go straight to it?
Master Connor, I am told that in the previous week you have scoured the orphanages of Carthia, and have even collected a few boys. Why is that?
Indentured field laborers. My crops have been just planted, so I needed help.
Where are they?
Unfortunately, they ran away.
Then you wouldn't mind if my men searched for Farwood?
Of course not. But I warn you, you'll be just wasting your time. You won't find anything.
Very well. We shall see.
Wait, why does Connor even let them in here? If I were him, I'd kick Veldegrath and his army out.
I would feed them soup, but put rotten meat in it so they'll all get sick.
It's called diplomacy. Connor has to be polite to Veldegrath and let his army search his house. If Veldegrath finds out that Connor's using us to take over the throne, we're dead.
Do you think these tunnels are safe?
Let's hope so.
Oh no!
What?
I left some papers under my pillow. If they find them...
Stay here, I'll get them. My plan's to kill Connor. Why is Tobias gonna kill Connor?
What's that noise in the wall?
Get back here, you little...
Prince Jaren?
Maybe someday.
Everybody, get back in the secret passage. Imogen, clean up the guy's blood. Did you hear what I say? Get back in the passage.
You wrote this, Tobias?
Yes, sir.
If Veldergrath's men had found this, none of us would be here tonight. Veldergrath left here embarrassed when his search gave up no evidence of you boys.
But he was right. Connor is planning a false ascension to the throne.
Do you want the throne, Sage?
I would accept the throne if the alternative is for Veldergrath to take it.
That is not the same thing.
I'm sick of lies.
Connor wants someone who is willing to lie for the rest of their life. He has to be convinced that he is the prince. Rodin, can you live a lie the rest of your life?
I can, sir.
That is why Connor has chosen you. Rodin, you will be Prince Jaren. We leave for Dryliat tomorrow.
So what's gonna happen to me and Sage?
Master Connor has given me no orders.
Maybe not to you. Where's Cregan?
Why don't we bid our new prince farewell? What's that coin trick you're doing? Where did you learn to do that?
Any pickpocket can do it.
Can you do it? Rodin, Tobias, leave us. Sage, you must be the prince. It can only be you.
What about Rodin?
Prince Jaren was known for rolling a coin over his knuckles. The regents will expect the prince to do that.
Rodin can be taught to do it.
Not in time. Sage, you need to be the prince.
I have terms.
What are they?
Rodin and Tobias must accompany me to the castle.
Why?
Connor would kill them if they stayed behind. And Imogen will come with me to Dryliat as well.
Imogen?
When I'm prince, I'll set her free.
She'll have to enter the castle with us. Not being a servant, she'll have to dress up as a noble. Anything else?
I think I'll go for a walk. It might be the last chance I get to do it alone.
Alright, be careful.
I'm never careful.
What was that for?
How dare you, Sage? How dare you interfere with my life?
What are you talking about? What did I do?
You're the prince now?
Looks that way.
And you're taking me to Dryliat with you?
Yeah, once I'm the prince, I can free you from Connor.
I won't have your charity.
It's not charity. You're my friend and I want to help.
Do you think this is helpful? I had a place here, Sage. I understood my life.
You don't understand. You'll have a chance for a better life. Pack your things. We'll be leaving soon. I promise it'll all work out.
It better, Sage.
Connor wants you to know that we'll be ready to leave soon. What kind of king will you be, Sage? Tyrannical and fierce, like Veldergrath would be? Or complacent and indifferent, like your father?
Like Egbert, you mean?
Of course, if you were Prince Jaren, King Egbert would be your father.
If I am Prince Jaren, you'd have a higher loyalty to me than to Connor, correct?
Yes.
And tell me this. Did Connor kill my family?
I can't answer that, Sage.
Who do you see? Prince Jaren or Sage?
The bigger question may be, who do you see?
I don't know. It's hard to be one person when you've worked hard your whole life to be another.
And tell me, Sage, which person have you worked so hard to be? The orphan or the prince?
Do you really think I need this mott to convince the regents I'm Prince Jaren?
What I think is that it was never standing in front of Sage the Orphan. I kneel before the living prince of Carthia. You are Prince Jaren.
Jaren Artolius Egbert III was the second son of the king and queen of Carthia. It was true that he had challenged the king of Mendenwald to a duel, and he had done surprisingly well for how young he was. Unfortunately, the surrounding countries were prepared for war. Things were getting bad for Carthia. Jaren was always adventurous like his mother, but felt that his father was embarrassed by him. When King Egbert sent him away to school to learn princely manners, Jaren was so hurt that he snuck out of the ship and ran away. He was only 10. Unaware that Jaren had left, the ship set sail without him and was attacked by pirates that late afternoon. Jaren's body was never found. People assumed he died. Safely on land, the prince lived like an orphan till the royal family actually found him. Jaren had dropped a coin in an offering dish at church. The priest there recognized the young prince and sent word to King Egbert. The king came to see Jaren in disguise. The prince said, "I want to come home." But King Egbert said he couldn't and gave Jaren a parting gift of fool's gold along with some instructions. His father said it wasn't a punishment. It was just what his country needed from him at that moment. Prince Jaren begged his dad to stay with him a little longer, but his father had said he had to go. Jaren thought he had been rejected, abandoned. He did not realize till years later that his father was trying to save his life. King Egbert knew the royal family had many enemies. Prince Jaren hadn't understood that his family truly loved him until it was too late, and they were all dead. His father's last words to him were, "There may become a time when you must be Prince Jaren again for your country. You will always be a royal in your heart." That was how the Prince of Carthia became Sage the Orphan, but the truth is, I am Prince Jaren.
I'm sorry for how I spoke to you before. I blamed you for my own words about leaving, but anything is better than Farwood. Are you nervous?
Yes, things will be very different soon. Can you try to forgive me?
Forgive you for becoming the prince? I understand now why you're doing it.
No, you don't, but you will. If there's any reason to forgive me, will you please try and do it?
Only regents will be allowed inside the castle. We'll have to find another way in.
There are secret passages that lead into the kitchens. I used to eat there when I was younger.
Errol, I have something of yours. Your crown. I found out that Connor ordered a pirate's attack on Prince Jaren's ship many years ago. That crown was proof of your death.
But here I am.
How much farther?
Not far. Actually, your adventure ends here.
Cregan, what are you doing?
Change of plans, Rodan as prince.
You won't succeed.
Yes, I will. Once I become king, I'm going to make Cregan my regent. Please give me the crown, Sage. I don't want to have to kill you.
Lucky coincidence. I don't want to be killed.
Stop joking around. I'm threatening you.
Don't get this dirty. Mott, please hand me your sword.
It's heavier than the prince's.
Mott, your sword.
You were faking it. You've been trained. But I'm still better.
But I'm handsomer, don't you think?
You don't have the stomach for killing, but I do.
Do you offer mercy?
Only if you accept that I won this challenge, that I am Prince Jaren.
If you were Prince Jaren, he would have never fallen for a simple trick like this.
It's what you said you'd do on our first day. Beg for mercy, then trick your opponent. I'd forgotten.
No!
Go ahead, kill me.
You're free to go. Run!
All right, Prince Jaren. Let's go.
I have an announcement. The rumors are true. King Egbert and his queen and his son are dead. Prince Jaren, as you know, was lost. Therefore, we are left with no alternative but to...
Wait! Prince Jaren is alive.
I knew you were hiding something.
Who are you?
You know me, Lord Kerwin. I am the boy who set fire to the throne room, and the one who challenged the King of Mendenwall to a duel. I am Prince Jaren.
Lots of boys may claim to be Jaren.
Exactly.
What is your proof?
This is for you.
Imitator's gold. It's worthless.
It's not imitator's gold. It's real. And I'm real, Lord Kerwin.
It's as the king said. He told me someday, I would know the real prince by this sign. He would give me the humblest of rocks and tell you it is gold. Lords and ladies of Carthia, I present to you the son of King Egbert and Queen Erin. All hail Prince Jaren.
All hail Prince Jaren!
I have questions. Why did you lie to me about being a servant that night?
I didn't lie to you, not once.
Well, you didn't tell the full truth.
My apologies.
The rest of the royal family are dead. You are the king.
I'm his regent. I will crown Prince Jaren. Move. Bring me the crown. I crown you, Prince Jaren, as King of Carthia. My king, I would be honored to advise you.
I want the Lord Bevan Connor arrested for the attempted murder of Prince Jaren and for the murders of King Egbert, Queen Erin, and the Crown Prince Darius.
How dare you accuse me of these false accusations?
I found the poison in your desk when I went to steal my fool's gold back.
You want to play it that way? Fine. If I go down, you will go down with me.
Looking for this?
You fool! I was the one who brought you here. I crowned you.
I know war is coming, but I promise I will do my best and to listen to the regents who truly care about this country. But I am back, so tonight, let it be a celebration!
Hey, Gianna. Yes, behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, filming day 2.
Okay, Gianna's gonna try out our sketchy bench.
That's actually lovely. I don't love where the captions she's really excited. I hope that I do not die.
See, it looks pretty good.
Yeah?
blankets on the ground. It'll be great.
Good, maybe a little bit of pepper.
Oh!
I'm out of here.
That was so
That was horrible and amazing.
Action. Where are you going?
I don't know, somewhere where I can be alone.
Come with me. You with your left hand? It's unacceptable.
Back up, back up, back up.
I'm like, hold on a second.
I'm using the guy with my right hand. Sorry.
Alright.
Prince dear.
Maybe.
Let's go. Woohoo!
It's really chewy.
Good morning. Master Connor has hired me to teach you how to dance. I would have preferred more advanced dance partners to teach some so basic, but I was only able to find these serving girls, and so we'll make do with them. Okay, and now we dance. Cute girl with a walking around like she got the go get her. She's everybody's dance.